significant weather event that we declared on Wednesday remain in effect, and they enable our crews to clear snow as quickly and efficiently as possible. Parking continues to be prohibited on all designated snow routes, which include all streetcar routes. If there are streetcars on streetcar tracks, do not park on that street. If you park on a snow route, you can be fined and your car can be towed. And I will once again show the sign. This is the sign that's up on the pole that we would like you to note. And please do not park in these locations. It really hampers our ability to get the snow moved from the curb lanes. And I really want to express my thanks, and we are very grateful for everybody who has heeded our ask to not park on the street and has moved their vehicles. It's been a great help to us, and we thank you for it. Once current plowing operations are completed, we will begin our snow removal process, and it's critical that everyone continues to avoid street parking wherever possible. Snow removal requires our crews to collect snow into dump trucks and remove it to designated snow routes. Due to the volume of snow that we've received in recent days, we expect that snow removal may take up to 3 weeks. As you know, we will be working continuously on this task, and we will try to get it done as quickly as we can. We have a very detailed plan for snow removal, organized in 3 time increments. What's going to happen in the first 72 hours, the first week, the second week, and then anything else that has to happen beyond that. At the direction of City Council, we prioritize snow removal with a focus on safety, access, and mobility, starting with main streets, sidewalks, and pedestrian signals, transit stops, hospitals and emergency service stations, school bus loading zones, and roads with limited space for snow storage where excess snow could cause problems. By prioritizing these locations, we will help to ensure safety and accessibility for our most vulnerable road users, including pedestrians, people with disabilities, students and transit riders, as well as maintaining access for first responders. I want to thank everyone for their patience while we get this work done. Toronto is a big city, and this work takes a lot of time, but we are moving as quickly and efficiently as possible. We are deploying every piece of our winter maintenance equipment. All of our crews and our contracted crews are out working around the clock to get this work done. And I really want to thank the entire team that is working on behalf of the City of Toronto, our partners at the TTC, police services, and everyone else who's working. Their dedication over the past several days, especially over the holiday weekend and on Family Day today, is so much appreciated by me and by our team, and also I know by all of you in the city. So in the days and weeks ahead, we'll continue to do our work, and I'm going to hand it over to Vince Ferrazza, who's going to tell you a little bit more about what you can expect. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. So as she mentioned, it's not just been a busy weekend. It's been a busy week of snow clearing around the clock by all our crews and our contractors. Over the weekend, our winter maintenance equipment, all 1,400 pieces of equipment, completed multiple rounds of plowing on all roads. And this is going to continue throughout today and into tomorrow. So as Barbara mentioned, snow removal will likely begin when the current clearing operations, the plowing, will end. And we anticipate that it will take approximately 3 weeks to complete. Now, people might be wondering, why does it take so long to actually remove snow? And I'm going to give you a bit of an example of why it does. Plowing snow on a 1 kilometer local residential road takes approximately 5 to 10 minutes. And that's a vehicle traveling at about 15 kilometers an hour. Snow removal on that same kilometer of road can take up to 10 hours. And that is because that piece of equipment, the blower, the front end loader, is traveling approximately only 1 kilometer an hour, as it's blowing the snow into dump trucks, and you have a whole convoy of dump trucks getting filled, moving to the dump sites, and then returning. You have a number of other safety equipment that follows all of our removal equipment to make sure that the operators are safe. So it is an extremely time-consuming, slow process. Now, the last time we needed to do a snow removal of this magnitude, you may remember, was in January of 2022, when we did receive approximately 50 to 55 centimeters. Not unlike what we received in the last week. Since that time, we have enhanced our process to become more efficient and more effective. And I'm going to give you a few examples. As Barbara mentioned, we have declared a major snowstorm condition to ensure that any cars that are parked on snow routes are designated as illegal, they're prohibited, and they could be tagged and towed. And we need this so that our snow operations are not impeded. Last time in 2022, we had to wait until there was at least 5 to 10 centimeters of accumulation actually on the road to declare the condition. We removed that, which is why we were able to declare it last week, and it allowed us to begin, in fact, our plowing and removal operations. We did a little bit of removal operations on Friday. As a result of that, we became more efficient. Another example was previously in 2022, the declaration was only in effect for 72 hours. So that is no longer in effect. We now have the declaration as long as we need it. We also have snow storage sites, which we have already opened. Previously, again, we had to wait until there was actually accumulation to open up the snow storage sites. We have already opened them, and they've already started receiving snow, and they're ready for further operation. In addition to that, we also have a lot more flexibility because we now are doing snow removal with our own city crews, and they can pivot quickly to deal with urgent matters. Again, that was not in effect back in 2022. So if you see our crews out in the days and weeks ahead, please remember to leave them extra space to get the clearing and removal done as quickly as possible. As I've mentioned before, it's very heavy equipment and it's very important work that's going to make our roads safer, more accessible, faster, and give our crews room to do their job. I want to reiterate Barbara's message about not parking on snow routes. We're pleased that only a small number of vehicles have been needed to be towed, but we have also issued approximately over 2,300 tickets as a result of the declaration. So enforcement is active and will continue. So we would like to thank everyone for doing their part to help us with moving the cars off the snow routes. We've worked closely with the TTC throughout the weekend to keep buses and streetcars moving, including getting our plows out to key transit roads and bus stops to ensure that people can access all public transit safely. We're going to ask everyone again to please not park on the snow routes, especially streetcar routes, until we've had the opportunity to remove the snow. And lastly, I know today there's going to be a lot of people digging out, shoveling the snow from their driveways, from their pathways and whatnot. I would just like to reiterate not to plow or push any of your snow from a private property or a commercial business onto the road or the sidewalk, because that means our crews have to come back again and clear that area which was already previously cleared. And it is also a violation of our bylaw. So I just want to say a few final words. Please continue to take public transit where possible. If you're driving, give yourself plenty of extra time. Drive according to the conditions and be respectful for all right-of-way users. We want to make sure everyone can reach their destination safely while celebrating Family Day today, as well as the days ahead. So thank you very much, and Barbara and I will take some questions. So I'd like to clearly say there is no salt storage or salt crisis for the City of Toronto. The City of Toronto has 3 salt suppliers. It is a long-term contract, and they have been sufficiently supplying salt for us all winter season, and will continue to do so. All of our salt domes are well stocked and have plenty of inventory for the rest of the winter season. So as you can see behind me, we have a salt dome. It is well stocked. So there is no salt shortage for the City of Toronto.
In terms of the city, how much snow they received for this particular round from last week and this weekend?
Sure. So as Barbara mentioned, On Wednesday, we received approximately 20 centimeters. This last weekend, it was approximately up to 25 in some areas. And then you may recall, we actually had a winter event the Saturday before, and we had approximately 10 centimeters then. So we've actually met or exceeded the accumulation that we did that one time in 22. Granted, that was in a one-day period, which was another challenge in of itself. But yeah, over the week, we have accumulated close to 50, 55 centimeters. We did take advantage of the Friday weather where we had a bit of a break, and we did begin doing some removal in some of the areas like bridge decks, the overpasses over the highways, the 401, 427. We did it on some roads, some cycling infrastructure. So we were able to leverage that opportunity. But in terms of total accumulations, it's almost the same.
I just wanted to note that it's also very, very cold, as we all know, as we're shivering out here, but it's not going to get any warmer, at least for a week. So the snow's not going to move unless we move it. And so that's another reason why the operations will take a while. I think that our service request, our line at 311, should be opening back up again.
I suspect later today.
Probably later today. Yep. I do want to assure people that if you called in a 311 service request for the Wednesday storm, those are still active, live, and being resolved if they're still outstanding. And then once we started our plow operations for this second round, we closed 311 because a lot of those pieces will get sorted out through the next round of plowing, and then we will open up it again as soon as plowing stops. So should be sometime today. I just wanted to point that out.
Has 311 received in regards to snow clearing operations, and how many days do you think it's going to take to clear up that backlog?
Many, many, many. I don't have the number in front of me about how many 311 calls, but you can rest assured that Torontonians care very deeply about their snow removal and their snow management, and they call us frequently. So we have a team of field investigators who are out addressing those concerns and going and visiting those sites. And as Vince mentioned, this storm, for the first time, we have a number of small teams that we are able to dispatch to a variety of locations on demand. So that will be helpful, I think, and help us to get tricky spots sorted out sooner. Yeah, sure. Great delight.
Okay, so you have this closure on line 1. When do you anticipate that's going to be resolved, and why is that happening?
Yeah, thanks for that question. First of all, I just want to express on behalf of the TTC our gratitude to all of the hard-working city crews who have been out there ploughing, salting, clearing the way for our streetcars and our buses. This has been an extraordinary event, but one that has involved the TTC continuing to run relatively smoothly given the rate and the pace of the snow that has been falling, and it's a testament to all the hardworking city crews who have been helping us in that process, in addition to our own who have been out there. We did have around 100 hardworking folks out there last night actually working at track level in the open cut areas, removing snow and ice in particular from the power rail, and that comes back to your question. So right now we do have a closure between Bloor Young and Eglican Station, and that's due to an ice build-up on the power rail. That is necessary because it allows for the propulsion of trains. Right now we have glycol trains moving through there. They are anti-icing trains, so at this moment they're doing that. And we hope to have service resumed there by this afternoon, although I can't give you an ETA at this time. But nonetheless, we do have trains running through there. They are storm trains. They're spreading anti-icing, and again, I hope to have some better news about that later this afternoon. In the meantime, of course, shuttle buses are running. The roads are ploughed, so those shuttle buses are moving quite well. It is a light volume day, being Family Day. We do have less service out there than a normal Monday. We also have less people on board than a normal Monday. But if you are heading out to the parks to do some sledding or whatever you'd like to do on a family day in this weather, TTC is definitely your best choice to get you there.
Yesterday, I mean, today's a light weather day or a light travel day for the TTC. Yesterday, more or less the same as well. But a lot of people are mentioning it took them 2+ hours. Some of them were stuck on line 1 at up on Vaughan for last night for upwards of 2 hours or so. And a lot of sections of different parts of the lines were also closed off due to weather-related issues. If you could speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, so the issues we're experiencing currently between Bloor, Young and Eglinton were replicated in other parts of the system last night. We did have a closure between Woodbine Station and Kennedy Station. That was corrected overnight, and that was due to our crews getting down there bare hands, gloved hands, and shovels, and making sure the tracks were clear and that power rail was free of built-up ice. It will take longer to get around the city, whether you're on transit or in any other form. If you are in a car, we do encourage you to stay off the road if you can. But this is what happens in a major weather event. We do acknowledge that it's difficult to get around, but nevertheless, the system is moving, and you will get to where you need to go. Our objective is to get you there as safe and as fast as possible.